Okay, let's now explain the built-in notification email system. These are the email reminders your subscribers will get once they have signed up for the webinar at the webinar registration page. Now you can choose any one of three options here. You can either use our built-in notification system, or use your own autoresponder account, or use both. The script is compatible with most of the major autoresponder services such as Aweber, iContact, GetResponse, One Shopping Cart, Infusionsoft, MailChimp, etc. If you select to use your own autoresponder account, or both, then you need to paste here the HTML code straight from your autoresponder provider. And please mind I said HTML and not JavaScript. Okay? So simply copy the whole HTML code and paste it down here. We recommend that you use both so that you can build your mailing list while at the same time benefiting from the built-in notification system. So let's go for both. Now, as I've already established, here's where I paste the HTML code from my autoresponder account. So that will automatically funnel all my webinar subscribers into my mailing list. On top of that, I need to configure the built-in notification system too. You have to enter the information for the email account you want the built-in email notifications to be sent out from. Now, please pay attention because this is very important. As you will see later on in the configuration process, you will be able to host your webinars either on your server or on our server. It's entirely up to you. So, if you decide to host the webinar on your server, you need to enter your email account information so the script can automatically log in and send out the email notifications on your behalf. And that means you obviously need to insert a valid and existing email account that's hosted on your domain. For example, if your domain is mywebsite.com, you can create an email account like notifications@mywebsite.com or do not reply at mywebsite.com. And no, a Hotmail or a Yahoo or a Gmail account will not work because it needs to be an email account hosted on the same domain you will be hosting the entire webinar. So, go ahead and create that email account now if you haven't done so. If you don't know how to create an email account on your server, then you just simply ask your hosting company, and they will do it for you in a few minutes. Once you have that email account in place, you need to enter here the sender's name, which should be your name or the webinar presenter's name. And finally, enter the account username and password so the webinar software can log into the email account. And don't worry, this information is 100% confidential. It will not be abused in any way. Now, on the other hand, if you decide to host the webinar on our own servers, the process is much easier. You just need to enter the sender's or the webinar presenter's name, because the software obviously already knows our email addresses and our email logins and passwords, so you can leave these fields blank. So let's now write the webinar reminders, shall we? By default, the script sends two emails. A welcome email, which is sent out immediately as your subscribers register to the webinar, and a login now email, which is sent out 15 minutes prior to the webinar's scheduled time. As a final reminder to let your users know that they should go to the webinar live room right away. So I'm now going to pause the recording of this video so that I can go and type in my desired email copies here, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. Let's have a look at the emails I've written. For the welcome email, the subject line is, "Welcome, you're in." And the email message is, "Hey there, just a quick message to let you know that your seat to the following webinar has been reserved. Webinar topic, webinar presenter, webinar date and time. Don't worry, 15 minutes before the webinar room goes live, we will send you the link to the login page. Make sure to be online because it's going to be a great event. See you at the webinar." In this email, you might have noticed these command lines. The script will automatically and dynamically switch these command lines with the appropriate info. You can simply copy the command lines from up here and paste them anywhere within your email copy, and the script will replace them accordingly. Let's now take a look at the second default email, which is going out 15 minutes before the webinar's pre-scheduled time. Subject line: Login ASAP, webinar starting now. And the email message reads, "Hey there, the webinar blah 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 you registered for is about to get kicking. Here's the link to the webinar live room. Come on, we're about to get started." And just like before, the script will replace these command lines with the appropriate info. Simply leave these bits as they are, because the script will automatically insert here the correct login link. It's important that you enter the link to the webinar live room in this final email so your users know where to log in for the webinar event. So those are the basic reminders, but on top of that, you might want to queue up more pre-webinar notifications. Let's, for example, queue up 2 more emails. One to go out 24 hours before the webinar scheduled time, and then another to go out 3 hours before the webinar scheduled time. And just like before, you need to write your desired email subject line and email message. Okay? Now, let's queue up some emails after the webinar's scheduled time. For the purposes of this presentation, I will set up just one post-webinar email to be sent out 6 hours after the webinar. So let me pause the video once again and I'll be right back. Okay, let's read this email. Subject line: Did you miss the webinar? Email message: Hey there, did you miss the webinar on blah blah blah? Well, don't worry, because it's been recorded. Here's the link to the recorded video. Make sure not to miss it a second time. And this command line, which like I said before, you can pick it up from here, will be replaced with the actual link to the webinar's replay page, so your subscribers can watch the webinar video in case they missed the live event. And by the way, you can instruct the script to send these post-webinar notifications to all registrants, or only to registrants who missed the webinar, or registrants who attended the webinar but didn't stick through long enough to see your offer, or registrants who saw the offer but didn't purchase your product, or to those who did purchase. You have all those choices. I personally recommend you to keep it simple and send it to all registrants. And by the way, in case you're wondering, how does the script know who saw your offer or who purchased your product, etc.? No worries. That's what the tracking system does, and we will cover that in a minute. All right, but that's not all. The emails are also HTML enabled, so you can make them look pretty by inserting images, colorful fonts, or whatever you want. You can even enter your own HTML design here. Plus, as usual, we wanted to provide you with a gorgeous built-in HTML template so you can simply activate it into your email messages. You simply activate the HTML email template, then edit the message body, and this is what the email will look like in your subscribers' eyes. And fear not, all these fields, such as the webinar time and date, etc., will be dynamically and automatically adjusted for each of your subscribers. It looks awesome, doesn't it? And it's all built in for you to activate with a click of a mouse.